everyone, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Zoom's Happy Space. Today I'll be chatting with someone who's exceptionally talented. Besides, of course, being one of the most popular singer-songwriters that we have today, she is an activist. She stands up for what she believes in, and her song reflects the soul within. I'm talking about the beautiful Ellie Goulding. Hello, Ellie.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I'm sure all of us here are very excited. You have so many fans in India, and they're going to be thrilled that they get to hear how you made this album, considering it's doing so well here as well. Any message? Let's start with that for all those who are watching and for all the fans who really like your work in India.
Oh, wow. Well, I want to say hello, first of all, and thank you so much for being so supportive of me and listening to Brightest Blue, and also to those who have been supporting me for such a long time. I appreciate you and I love you. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you in person someday, one day.
Yeah, we have to make that happen. I hope one day when the world, of course, becomes safe again, maybe a tour for India, right, Ellie?
Absolutely. I would love that so much. It's been on my list for a long time. Hasn't ever happened. But I'm hoping for it for next year or the year after, hoping.
You know what's really exciting is that our show's name is Zoom Happy Space. We believe in positivity, believe in creating that. And you believe that too. What is your happy space, Ellie? You know, when we all have hard times, we go through negativity. How do you go back to that space that makes you feel positive and happy?
Yeah, especially lately, it's been very hard to keep going back to that place. I think this time of quarantine and pandemic has really, tested our resilience and tested our mental health. So it's been a particularly hard time for people, I think. How do I get to my happy place? It usually, and for me, it's slightly more simple for me. I know some people like to meditate and some people like to go for a walk. For me, I first of all, I have to gain back, all rationality again. And I stay off social media, first of all. I will make a cake, which makes me so happy. I think it's the most therapeutic thing in the world. It just, especially if you have the right things, you have the right ingredients, you have some nice classical music on, and you make a cake, and it I don't know why, that's to me over quarantine, that's been my happy place. And then watching a series that I know and love, that I know the ending of, I think that's always nice to do. And I think humor, I've had to have a real good sense of humor the last few months. Releasing an album in quarantine and in a pandemic is not the norm. But we were just happy to be able to put new music out there and to give it to my fans. And I felt like, it's kind of, albums aren't being released as much anymore. So, a whole body of work. So I think it was that way. I mean, it was my happy place to release Brightest Blue. And yeah, I think I've found a lot more peace in nature and in making cakes and in walking and reading books.
Amen to that. I believe
tea.
Tea is important. Cake and tea, what else does the world need? We can sort of drive away all the negativity with that, right?
Exactly. I honestly believe that. Tea is such an underrated drink for peace. It's just such a peaceful drink, I think.
It is. Interestingly, you mentioned about making this entire thing during the quarantine. So I want to know how, today it's almost been like more than 6 months we are in this situation. As an artist, how have you adapted? Like, have you utilized this time in sort of honing your skills already? You made an entire album. I mean, I can't even imagine how crazy that was. You had a concert, and it's amazing.
Well, the album, I'm not going to pretend that I did the album during lockdown, because that's just not true. I did write the album quite a long time before lockdown happened. But, I started to, it's gone through phases with me and the album, where I had to keep coming back to the songs because it wasn't getting released. I was releasing collaborations with Diplo and with Juice WRLD and with others, so that it kept getting kind of stalled. But then when it got to doing the artwork and all the things that came with it, it started to come to life a bit more for me. And I had such an incredible reaction from it that I started to, gain more confidence in it, and it started to kind of, start meaning more to me, because I wrote the songs a long time ago. So it's like I said, it has been a strange kind of challenge, but when we found out we were number one here in the UK, we were all just so happy because we all worked really hard, and I mean, now I have a great all-female team, and a lot goes into it, especially when you have to compensate for not seeing people and not being in TV studios and in music studios, and it's very different. But you have to adapt and change and hope for the best. I think some of the best collaborations are just ones that kind of happen by accident. I'll in this day and age, I'll text somebody like Lauv and say, would you want to do this song with me? And they say yes, and then they record it from wherever they are in LA. And I know it used to be very different back in the day, where you'd be in the studio together and writing together. But I don't know, there's definitely a modern way of doing collaborations now. It's strange, but all the collaborations I've done recently have been very, separate.
Sure.
But it's very surreal. It is very surreal.
Interestingly, like I was saying in the introduction, when I was introducing you to everybody else, you've been someone who's really, really come out of any sort of adversity. You started writing so early. By the time it was very, very young when you saw the stardom, and you sort of were the kind of person who did not feel like a star, right? You always felt this real person. You spoke about it so many times. You're also one of the rare artists, I feel, that who really objectively and honestly can look at their own album. Like, you said Delirium didn't feel really me, but I mean, it did really well. And of course, the fact that you had so much media glare around your romantic relationships or your personal life, and you came out of that even stronger. For me, this is amazing. And today you come back to releasing an album like Brightest Blue, and you get that same kind of love, and it kind of feels like art got you back to what was meant to be and where you're supposed to be. So you need to tell me how this journey was and highlight those moments of your life that kind of feel now, well, I went through it, and I'm here and I'm kicking it alive.
Yeah, it has been a really long journey for me. The first album was made with no obligation, it wasn't made to please anyone or to impress a record label. It was just, we were making it just completely in a pure way, where it didn't require, it was just for us and for fun. So that was the most beautiful thing that, start to my career, that I could make this album that was just, how I envisaged my pop songs to sound, and how I envisioned my music. It was really great to have that very clear vision, and to have somebody who also could see that with me, my collaborator Finn, who I'm seeing again next week to do some more writing. So I've known my collaborators for a long time. But this sounds really strange, but I always feel like there's been something with me, along the way, that's always pushed me. And it's sort of having a balance between, being humble, but also having real confidence. You can perhaps be overconfident, but you can have the right cocktail of things that keep you, keep your feet on the ground, but keep you in that place where you deserve to be where you are, and you're right where you're supposed to be, and you deserve it. And that can be hard for women, who easily get in a place of insecurity and low self-esteem from imposter syndrome, and thinking that we don't belong where we are, and it's too good to be true. So it's definitely required a balance of confidence and like a humility. Humility? No.
Yeah, got it.
Humanness, humbleness. I don't know, humbleness. I'm trying to think of the word, but maybe it's humility. I don't know.
What's the funniest nickname that you ever got? Like, what's the funniest name someone's ever called you by?
I mean, it will be anything that rhymes with Ellie. So, as you can imagine, Smelly Ellie was one I got a lot. I don't think I was ever smelly, but I got it anyway. Ellie the elephant, Big Belly Ellie. I don't know, like anything that rhymed with Ellie.
Some fun questions, all right? Are you ready? What's the funniest nickname that you ever got? Like, what's the funniest name someone's ever called you by?
I mean, it will be anything that rhymes with Ellie. So, as you can imagine, Smelly Ellie was one I got a lot. I don't think I was ever smelly, but I got it anyway. Ellie the elephant, Big Belly Ellie. I don't know, like anything that rhymed with Ellie. None of those things were really true. And then, like, you know, some people would call me Ellsworth, Ellesmere, anything that started with L. So I never had anything too crazy, thankfully.
They're funny ones though. Some of them. If you had to be in quarantine with an artist you would have loved to collaborate with randomly, who would that artist be? Like someone that you think, oh my God, it would never happen, but you happen to quarantine with that person. Who would that be?
There are so many producers that I love. I love classical music, but I also love electronic music. So it would have been either someone like Jamie XX of the XX, or where we could just make music every day, or it would have been someone like Ludovico Einaudi, classical Italian composer. I just think we would have made some magic. But yeah, it's. I love that idea that you end up in lockdown with another musician. I think that would have been the prize, you know. But sadly, that wasn't meant to be, and I just had myself. But I love collaborating. I think it's really important. So that would have been great.
Any Indian artist you've heard of and you like?
Oh.
Any Indian artist you like or you heard of?
Oh my gosh. I don't think I have. Please enlighten me. I don't think I do know any.
Maybe the next chat we find out. So I'm going to send you some records and you can decide if you like them.
Yes, please. Or send me some Spotify.
Sounds like a plan. High five.
Yeah.
Quickly closing the segment before I move on to my next one. What's the funniest thing you read about yourself during this quarantine or the lockdown? Something you read because you got all time to read stuff. What's the funniest thing you read?
Oh, I read that me and my husband were living apart because he's been studying at Oxford and I've been in London. And so suddenly it was like we were separated. And it was just funny that they wrote that. But obviously that's not true. But I think that's the funniest thing I read. Yeah, I think that was it. I'm good at not starting rumors now. You know, I've learned not to start rumors. So that was probably the weirdest thing I read.
That's the best way to be. And like, you guys are so cute. Come on, guys. No. You give us hope. For people like who are single, looking at you guys. There's hope. There's hope, Ellie, for us.
There's always hope. And also there's hope just being single and independent and strong as well, which is also fun. And I don't want to be somebody without your body close to me. If it wasn't you, I wouldn't want anybody close to me. 'Cause I'm an animal, oh, animal like you.
Moving on to my last segment. This is a game of pictures, Ellie. We've all been in the house. We can't meet our friends, but we can definitely travel through pictures. I've gone to your Instagram, picked out some fun ones where you look super glamorous, and I want you to tell me the story behind the picture.
Okay.
What was going through your mind and why you used that caption?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes. Oh, okay. So that was when Brightest Blue went to #1 in the UK. And I was so happy. I was ecstatic. But I'd been doing voice notes for people. So I'd say like, "Hi, I'm Ellie Goulding. Hi, Mark. Nice to see you. Nice to speak to you." And so I was doing those for hours that morning. So when they came round to tell me that that was #1, we had a big celebration. But it was the day before I went on holiday. I actually went to the Maldives for like 4 days, which was beautiful. But yeah, it was a fun morning.
I like the shirt, and I think like the caption is pretty cool.
Oh, small but deadly.
Small but deadly.
I think I am.
You feel you're small but deadly.
Well, I'm very small, very short. I'm 5'4", and which I guess isn't too short, but it's quite short. But I feel like I am very small, but I also can kick ass. So I'm deceivingly, strong for a little person.
Yeah, and I think height has nothing to do with personality. I'm sure when you enter the room, you command it. That's important.
Very important, yes.
Okay, two fairy tales, and for all the single women out there, be ready to feel a little bad further. Here's the picture of your dreams.
Yeah, that was my
Beautiful.
wedding. Wait, how many people have liked that?
A lot.
How many?
Definitely more than 500,000.
Ah,
A lot more. Almost.
cool. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Who cares about likes anyway? God, I need to stop thinking about likes. But that was a great day. That was a great weekend. It was really fun, and the sun was shining. Thank God, because it was raining all morning. And it was it was a beautiful celebration, for us. And we invited every single friend and family, and the dress was fun. It was Chloe, and it was just I felt so good in it. It's so good when you just have that dress, and we spent a long time putting it together, and it was I have no idea where that dress is, actually. I have no idea where it is. I should find it. Yeah.
I'm sure it's there somewhere. That's quite a dress.
Yeah.
I think it's just so simple, and you focused on what the moment was more than trying to make it look like it's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
So that's when you get pictures like this.
Yeah. No, that was a great moment. That was the kiss. That was you may kiss the bride.
Yeah, you guys are forever with each other. Exactly. Anyway, on that note, I have to show you this, because just a reminder of, we want Ellie. I'm going to start this hashtag Ellie for Come to India campaign from here. And what a moment.
Oh yeah, I love that outfit.
I love it.
Well, hopefully I'll be, if you guys will have me, I'll absolutely come there on tour. I would love to.
Probably Universal is listening in, so we are going to hope that they do something about that. But tell me about this. You have, I love the outfit. Tell me the feeling on stage and this moment. Do you remember it? And what goes in your head when you see there are thousands and thousands of people and you're in that moment? Because this is like a candid picture of you on stage and just singing.
I've forgotten what that's like. I do. I remember how I felt, but looking out to all those people, it's always so overwhelming. But at the same time, because I'm so used to being on stage, which is crazy, it's really calming for me. I'm so used to it. I'm used to the feeling of you feel serene, but you also feel very hyper. So it's like a very strange feeling, very unique. It's always a unique feeling being on stage. And I hope that I get to relive that soon, because it's so much fun performing. I miss it so much. And, I can be a cynical person sometimes, but that is one thing that I truly miss, seeing a lot of people and singing to all those people. I love to sing, so.
I'll end it on this picture because you look really happy here. And of course, what a collaboration, you and Diplo.
I love that suit as well. It's spearmint suit. That was at Coachella. I sang. Diplo asked me to come to Coachella to perform close to me with him during his set. So I did, and I came out to Palm Springs, and we drove there, and it was fun. And then I was maybe on stage for like 20 seconds, 30 seconds. It was just so strange. It went so quickly. I sang one chorus and then I was off. It was, I mean, he definitely owes me some fuel money. But no, it was fun. It was just fun to be at Coachella, and I forget who else was playing, but I think it was Childish Gambino, who was excellent. So it was worth it.
Yeah, oh my, he's amazing. Well, I think it was quite a moment, and I think it's a really happy picture. And since we mentioned Close to Me, And talking about happy spaces, would you oblige me in celebrating your album a little and probably sing like teeny weeny song a little bit while I be your cheerleader?
All right, which bit
What
do you want? The chorus, or do you want the chorus?
Yes, please.
And I don't want to be somebody without your body close to me. If it wasn't you, I wouldn't want anybody close to me. 'Cause I'm an animal, animal like you. There you go. That's what you're getting.
Thank you. There you go. For now, this is like a promo for the fans saying maybe if she comes before that, you get to see her performing live a little bit here. And of course, you have concerts coming up where they can go at pay-per-view. We're ending on that note. Thank you, Ellie. This was lovely chatting with you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much. I hope you do this again. Lots of love. Always lots of love for you. And we're going to see you soon. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.